Hey everyone, welcome back to another print-on-demand video. In today's video, I'm going to be answering the question of do you need a business license to start print-on-demand? Now, I've been selling print-on-demand for almost 10 years now, so I get asked this question all the time by people who want to get into the business. They just don't know if they need to do any legal work before they get into it. Do they need to set up a business entity? Do they need a business license, a tax ID? What do they need to get started? So that's what I'm going to cover in this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this, and I'm going to make this as clear as possible because I know it can be a little overwhelming when you're getting started with all this information and what you need to do before you can actually start. So the big thing to know here is that when you are starting print on demand, you do not need a business license. You do not need a business entity to start this business. This is something that I love about print on demand is because you can literally go to the big print on demand websites. You can sign up for an account with your email address and you can literally start selling right then and there. As a quick side note, just so I can get back to this video and stay on task, if you need to know the whole process for print on demand, the step-by-step, which websites to use, how to enter your email, how to create the account, how to make designs, how to get sales, how to get paid, all that, I'll put a link to a full print on demand tutorial down in the description. This is a free video that I made on YouTube to just answer as much as possible about print on demand in one video, showing you on screen recording kind of step-by-step. So with that being said, after this video, check out that video. It'll show you basically everything else for the print on demand process. So getting back to this topic here about the business license, there is a way to do print on demand with a business license, and there's also the way to do it without it. Now, as you are getting started in print on demand, I do not recommend going through all of the legal process to get a business license. It's just totally overkill. And if this is a new business that you're starting out, I really don't recommend investing all of these things up front just so that you can see if the business model works for you. Rather, what I would recommend doing is just having your email address, going to the big print on demand websites, creating your account, starting to create designs, upload them to the websites, and see if they start to sell. Now, by doing it this way, it's risk-free and you can really start on these websites. And if you start to make money and your designs start to sell on these websites, you can collect those payments into your personal bank accounts. You don't need to set up a business bank account to start print on demand either. Now, once you get paid by these print on demand websites, those funds will basically add up in your personal bank accounts. And the way that you handle tax for all this is that at the end of the year, when you're doing your taxes, go look at all of the money you were paid by all of the print on demand websites combined, add that number up to a total and add that to your other income on your personal taxes. Now, I can speak for the United States, that's how this works, but outside of the United States, this might be a little bit different on how you pay taxes in your local area, but just know that you don't have to pay double taxes. So if you live internationally, you don't have to pay your local taxes and additionally pay United States taxes just because the print on demand websites are based out of the United States. Just know that wherever you are doing print on demand, you only need to pay your local taxes, and the rough way that you're going to do that is by adding it to other income in your personal taxes. Now, quickly here, just in a couple seconds, I do need to put a disclaimer that I'm not a tax professional and I'm not giving you legal advice. This is my opinion on how all of this works. So I have to say that in this video somewhere, and we'll just get that out of the way. Okay, so that should explain kind of the general way to do this without having a business entity. So what would the perks of having a business entity or business license for print on demand? What would those perks be and how do they apply to print on demand? So I will tell you that I personally have a business entity for print on demand. And the reason that I have this is that I would recommend once you get past about $50,000 per year in profit. Now, this is going to be from all of the print on demand websites combined, so add up all of those. Once that reaches roughly $50,000 per year, you're going to start getting some additional benefits by having a business entity. Now, those benefits are mainly going to come in the form of organization. So once these websites start paying you pretty big amounts of money, you don't want to get all of that mixed in with your personal income. It's just going to be a lot more for you to track. So by having a separate business entity with its own business bank account, all of that money just goes into that one account. So when you pull it up, you can easily see how much you've been paid by who. So then that makes for the next benefit of managing your taxes a lot easier. This way, when it comes to tax time, you are taxed as a business entity. You basically just add up however much the business made, which will make it a lot easier because you have one bank account for it. And then you can pay your taxes as a business. So beyond that, the other benefit that you're really going to get is being able to to business write off things a lot easier. Now, allow me to explain this. When you have a print-on-demand business, whether that is a full-fledged business or you're just doing it without a business, you are able to write off purchases that are for that business. So think about software that you use for designing or software that you use for research. All of those types of purchases are actually considered business expenses because you are buying them with the sole purpose of helping you make profit in your business. So whether you have a business entity or you don't have a business entity, you are still able to use those as deductions on your taxes. So you actually end up being able to lower the amount of money that you pay taxes on, effectively saving you money just by writing those purchases off when it comes to tax time. Now, the way to do this if you don't have a business entity is an extra form, which is a little bit more complicated. However, if you have a business entity, it's very easy to just add this to your taxes. So that's going to be another benefit by having a full-fledged business entity. However, if you're just getting started and you're on a budget, you don't need to set up the business entity to take these deductions. All right, the last thing to cover in this video, hopefully to save you some more time here in research, is that once you do get past that point of making about $50,000 profit per year from your print-on-demand business, the type of business entity that I would recommend for you to start is a single member LLC. Now, there are a bunch of different types of business entities out there that you can start. Some of them are going to cost more than others to start. Some of them are going to be a lot more annual paperwork that you have to do to keep that business running. The one that is going to be the easiest and give you all of the benefits that you need is called that single member LLC. Now, the reason it's called a single member LLC is because it's just you. It's just you being able to set up a very basic business and get all of the benefits we talked about without going into a full-fledged incorporation and all of those extra things. Now, again, this is speaking for inside the United States. I know this costs about $100 to set up, and then it is paid per year to keep that business active. So once your business starts making a considerable amount of money, $100 per year really isn't going to cost you that much. But again, when you're just starting out in the business, you don't need to worry about any of this. I just wanted to have it in a video here on the channel so you could use it as reference when it's time. Now, as always, if you guys have any questions about this, anything specific, let me know down in the comments. I'm always checking them to try to get you a helpful answer back as quickly as possible. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That's all I ask. It tells YouTube this is good content, so I really would appreciate that. All right, guys, that's all for this one. I will see you all in the next video.